I have a good one for you. It's steak day, and that means everybody at ABC is happy. The greatest news is, look at this, 4 strip steaks for 24 bucks. The sale is at Fresh Market, and it ends on Tuesday, so I recommend you're going to use this recipe. I taught my good friend Marjorie North this recipe years ago when she said she wanted to have a date night for her husband, and this recipe is foolproof. We're going to use some jarred green peppercorns. Don't worry if you have other ingredients in the house and you don't have the peppercorns, you can use capers instead. We're going to saute some mushrooms, definitely butter is going in there, and a little Worcestershire and soy sauce. So stay with me throughout the hour. It is going to be an elegant but a simple dish, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Oh, this is going to be so good. Another dish that was one of Julia Child's favorite. You'll see lots of recipes online, and they all have their own little twist. Julia Child really loved to use a little beef bouillon with that, and that's going to boost the flavor. I didn't bring it in today, but that's an option if you wanted to add a little bit. Now, to save time, I have 2 pans going. I've put a little bit of Worcestershire and soy sauce on the steaks and salt and pepper. Now I'm going to just turn them. I've browned the butter, just gently brown the butter. And to keep the butter from burning, you can add just a splash of olive oil. So that is looking really well. We're going to give it 2 more minutes, and that's going to be a rare, so we're going to pull it off and put it on a platter. Now over here, I just took some fresh asparagus. Always bend the asparagus. Let me show you here. Where it should snap wherever it wants to. So you don't want to cut asparagus. You just bend it where it wants to snap, and that will keep it from that textured part that becomes too chewy. Just a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, and that can go ahead in the oven at 400 degrees. If you don't want to turn the oven on, just put about a tablespoon of water, cover it with plastic wrap, poke a little slit in the plastic wrap, and put it in the microwave, probably 2 minutes tops. So the mushrooms are just about done for what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do to save time is I'm going to just pour it over in this bowl here. Now let's talk about butter. Not all butters are the same. You can get a really good grass-fed butter at most stores nowadays, and I recommend it. That's what we use for European and Irish butter because the cows are free grazing in those grass. So stay with me. I'm going to add the shallots to the pan, and I'm coming back with some great steak for Donnie. Ooh la la, it smells so good already. In the pan where I seared off the sirloin steaks, I have that delicious juice from the steaks. And now I'm going to add the green peppercorns. Now they're jarred in a brine, so I've drained that out a bit. Going to give it a good sizzle. If you ever wanted to modify this recipe and add a little spice, you can add in a little bit of pink Szechuan peppers, but that's going to be a big bite, teeny bit. So as the butter, you can see, is starting to bubble up in the pan, you can add some port or cognac to it. Give it a little swish, and I'm going to do just a dot more Worcestershire. Remember, we started out by coating the steaks, letting them sit out for 45 minutes at room temperature, and doing a little dash of soy sauce and Worcestershire, salt and pepper on the steaks. So now this is reducing beautifully. What I do now is add the shallots, but I already sauteed them, and they are cut nice and thin. So this, I gotta tell you, sauteed shallots in butter, oh, the aroma and the flavor is just magnificent. So that looks like it's reduced by about half. Now we're going to add a little heavy cream. Just a little bit is going to be the right amount. And again, remember that you can alter the recipe. So I have garlic if you want garlic in it, but you don't have to use the garlic. So this is reduced really beautifully. Now we start adding our steaks to the sauce. If you need a little more butter, go ahead and add the butter. Remember, use that delicious grass-fed butter. The flavor is just gonna be incredible. So what I like to do is let the steaks cook in the sauce just for a minute. That's gonna turn it to a medium rare. They were at medium, and this one's giving me some trouble here. I might have to use my finger there. There we go. And you can see that sauce is just going to be perfect. Let's take a peek at our asparagus, see how they're going. They are just about done. The olive oil is sizzling up. That's going to be great. I'm not going to put any lemon on the asparagus because I don't want that citric acid in there at all. So let's get to the steak and bring it to the plate so we can add another steak in the pan with this beautiful sauce. So we'll just do it as we go, but you can see it's just really gonna be decadent and yummy, and just, this is like date night special, is to make steak Diane. I really love it. But in the meantime, since it's daytime, I guess my dates are gonna be my working bros. So I think these guys are gonna have a great lunch in just a few minutes. I'll add the mushrooms and I'll be back to serve up lunch in just a few.
This is so good. I mean, who doesn't love a good steak? But the sauce, the mushroom sauce that you've created on the steak, Diane, is fantastic.
Those sauteed scallops, and then you use either cognac or port, really good butter, and the steaks are on sale. I have to give them a shout out at Fresh Market. You were there over the weekend. I was there, and people, it was packed. They're on sale till tomorrow, so this is the recipe to make, and what can I say? It's a good classic steak.
It is so tasty, so tasty.
Thank
and it'd
you.
be good on a grill too, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and then you make the sauce in the pan on the side.
Beautiful stuff, and the weather's perfect for it.
Thank you, John.
Recipe on our website, mysuncoast.com. Donnie, back to you. I'll leave some for you, I promise.